Hey, but guys, man, we got a special treat for you guys. And our friend is going to be doing a long set. He's going to be doing improv, and he does the best at it, man. So give him some love. Give it for Marco Alvarez.
Not really like I'm gonna really come up here and do improv. I just got like really good news on like Friday. I've been kind of not around the club and whatnot this weekend. It's something that's like really important. Like if Anthony knows me, I'm really bad at keeping secrets. And I held it even away from him and shit. I met with the talent agent on Friday. It's looking very well. It's like for everybody. And like the talent agency, I had the meeting with them. It was a great time and shit. He let me pitch one idea to him, cause that's all. He just told me, we sat there. He was like, "Hey man, you know, I've seen some stuff you do. I've seen your clips. I like what you do." And I was telling him, "Oh, thank you very much." And he was like, "Well, you know, we want to try to give you something to build up off of." And I was like, "All right, man. Like, what do you think?" And I was like, "Well, I have this idea. It's gonna involve my family, and there's this thing. It's gonna be more of like a live performance for theaters and stuff like that." And he was like, "All right, well, let me hear it." I was like, "Well, it starts off with my mom and dad. They start off on the front of the stage, and my dad, in the middle, he starts to undress my mom, and my mom he's undressing her, taking off her bra, taking off her panties and stuff like that. You know, kicks her heels out from underneath her, and he starts fucking her on the stage. Just starts fucking the shit out of her ass, then puts it in her pussy, and like fucks her enough to where her pussy starts bleeding. But at that point, when her pussy's bleeding, he pulls out and starts coming on her face. And that's when my brother comes out and starts licking the cum off my mom's face. And then when the cum is getting licked off of the face, I come in and I start fucking my brother in the ass. And once me and my brother start fucking each other in the ass, my dad then has enough energy to reboot, and that's when he starts fucking me in the ass. So once I start getting fucked in the ass by my dad, my mom comes in with a strap on and starts fucking my brother in the mouth. And then once my brother gets fucked in the mouth, and I end up coming in my brother's ass. You know, and then I hear my mom go, she's calling the dog in. The dog comes in. The dog's over here and he's starting to lick up the cum. And at that point, seeing the dog lick up the cum is making me feel really nauseous and sick. So I throw up. But then my mom stops fucking my dad in the ass with the strap on and then starts licking up the cum and the throw up all together. At that point, I'm just done. I'm on my fucking knees. And I just start rubbing the cum and throw up all in my face. I'm out of energy at this point, rubbing cum and throw up on my face. And then my brother joins me down there. And then the dog starts pissing on me and my brother because we're down there. And then my grandma, she's standing by these drapes, these beautiful drapes. These drapes, I haven't mentioned the drapes yet. The drapes are these beautiful blue with like a tint of red. I've never seen these drapes before. So these drapes almost look purple. But she's standing back there with my grandpa, and my grandpa's starting to take his teeth out and go down on my grandmother. It starts to lick her clit. Her clit's like this fucking big because she's 70 years old, so her clit's about this big. It's worn out a little bit. And as that's happening, I start jerking off onto his teeth because they're out of his mouth. And I've always thought, ever since I was a child, I had this opportunity, you know, to finally line them. Like he lines them with the dental dam, whatever the fuck it's called. So I start putting them in. At that point, I make my brother put those teeth in his mouth, and then I make him blow the dog while he's doing that. But while he's blowing the dog, I start to ponder and think, why are we doing this as a family? I love my family. I love them to death. But as that thought comes to my mind, my mom comes up and she says, "Hey, you need to start licking my pussy right now." So I start licking my mom's pussy. And ever since I started licking her pussy, I noticed my dad has stopped getting a blowjob from my brother because at that point he threw up on his head. And then my grandpa comes in. And he starts coming on his head with the throw up all over his head and stuff like that, rubbing it in, almost like getting a hair salon massage with shampoo and like getting really worked on. At some point, like scissors come in, and my grandpa just starts cutting his hair with the cum and the throw up all in his hair. And then I forgot the dog piss was also on the floor, so he had some of that to like just add a little bit of texture to it. So it's really interesting. But then my grandmother, And then there comes a point where my grandmother, we all just line up like we're in the military. And she just comes behind us and starts fucking all of us in the ass with the strap on that my mom was using on my brother and my dad and me and the dog. So it gets really weird at one point, but at the same time, I'm like, I think I can loop this back in. Because at one point, I'm going to bring in another dog, and that dog's just going to start fucking the other dog in the face somehow. But then I'm going to put that dog in my mom's pussy so he can lick the furthest part of the vagina and try to get to the uterus without ever even putting his nose in there. I just want his tongue to touch the back of the uterus. I actually want him to go in there and dig out an egg at one point so he can come out and I can try to come on that egg and create a fetus right then and there on the stage for the people to see. And I thought this was a very beautiful thing. But at the end of it, I sat there and I looked at the talent agent. I was like, so what do you think? So yeah, that was my idea.
What do you call this?
The Aristocrats.
Aristocrats!
Thank you guys.
Man, give it for Marco Alvarez. That was a beautiful poem, man. That was a nice haiku. That was wonderful, man. Hey, man, but thank you guys again for coming out. Thank you, Jesse, for having us here at Canoodle Studios. Get home sauce, everybody. Have a good night. Hey, Trevor.